Hey guys,
Welcome back to the tasting room.
it's our second episode.
We're still having breakfast, per usual. We love to eat.
Just getting the day started here.
So it is completely serendipitous. Nathan and I, we were living in Orange County, and we were, working and living together. And one summer, we went up north where my dad was working, and he was trying to do some things, develop some
Trying to do a
land.
real estate development.
Yeah, with a group of guys from Michigan.
They were gonna bulldoze the olive trees.
Yeah, they were gonna put up homes actually.
Do a 5-acre lots, build homes.
They have a demo background,
They
so
had a-
bulldozing it. That plan was that plan was set, but it was the plan after bulldozing that needed a little work.
They did have entitlement processes and permitting in place. The builders were lined up. But in 2008, when the market crashed, everything fell apart and the olive trees just sat there. And nobody did anything with it. And it wasn't until 2012 when me and my brother went up there and we just fell in love with the place. You know, we're city boys and we'd never experienced the raw California countryside.
It was cool. We were driving around, and our dad was like, "Hey, here's this 125-year-old olive orchard, which, we were gonna bulldoze the trees." And Nathan and I, when we saw the trees, we thought they were awesome, right? They were 125 years old. We couldn't believe that our family was in charge, of this property. And so we were like, "Stop the car," and we ran out of the car and ran around the farm, and it was cool. But we got back in the car and really didn't think anything of it. But what made it so special was literally the very next day, we're having lunch, and my dad points to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, that's Gianni Stefanini." And we were like, "Hey, who's that?" And so we went over and we met him, and Gianni, it turns out, is this world-class. He's from Italy, which you don't have to be from Italy to be an olive miller, but it doesn't hurt. And he makes world-class olive oil.
And he's one of the top millers in the world.
In the world, yeah.
And one of the few with a vacuum system.
We meet him in 2012, and in 2011, UC Davis had just released a study that found that 70% of the olive oil at our grocery stores did not meet extra virgin standards. So he explained that the market needs real fresh oil. He explained that we could take care of our trees, which we found immensely gratifying to feel that we had an opportunity to be stewards of our own little piece of earth, and we could take care of the trees and then make something which
It's very beautiful.
that is beautiful and the market needs. We had no idea what to do. We were in the fields. We
were trying to make the water go uphill with sandbags.
Yeah.
It was a hot summer.
We had to keep the cows away.
The cows were in there.
Yeah. Yeah, but that first harvest was amazing.
It was.
And then we did the first 3 harvests, just us.
Yeah.
So we got our harvest badge. Dun, dun, dun. But that first press was magical, right? The first time that we tasted olive oil, because here we are taking this chance, spending all this time in the orchard, having no idea what the end result was going to be, and we'd never even drank olive oil. And so
we would literally wake up at sunrise and fill those bins full of fruit and then drive it over to Johnny's by about sundown, and then he would stay up all night pressing the olive oil.
Yeah. And he says, "Are you ready to taste your olive oil?" And we were
I had no idea what that
nine.
meant.
And we thought, where's the bread?
Right.
Are you gonna bust out the charcuterie or what's going on here? And he takes these plastic cups, comes to the mill where the oil's coming out, fills them, and then hands them to us. And we're like, what do you want us to do with this?
Right?
And personally, for me,
and in his thick Italian accent, he said, "Drink the olive oil."
we had no idea what to expect. We had no idea whether our efforts would result in something good, tasty,
We had spent
market
9
would
months
like.
working in the fields, watering all summer, trimming, cutting,
digging ditches.
trying to get water to go uphill.
Right. My reaction, I've never said this about food in my life. I drank it and I said, "It's alive," which I didn't even know that. I've never talked about food like that.
And that's right, because olive oil is such a gift from the earth. It's so vibrant. It's so nutrient dense. It's packed full of so much vitamin E.
It is.
Polyphenols,
Alive.
antioxidants. The tocopherols is the vitamin E.
Yeah, exactly.
Little did we know that those polyphenols is what gives the olive oil stability and shelf life. And so when you're cooking with it, that's what's going to hold it stable. That's what's going to keep it strong. And in Italy, for thousands of years, they've been cooking with real fresh olive oil made locally there in Italy.
Olive oil that has a higher polyphenol, which is typically a higher quality olive oil, it actually has a higher smoke point, has a higher temperature burn point than olive oil with a lower polyphenols. So it's interesting that the higher the polyphenols, the more the bitterness, the pungency, and the pepper, actually the more stable the oil is for cooking. Because a lot of people think you can't cook with olive oil.
Exactly. And that prolongs the shelf life.
And you know what's so interesting is that, you know, we talk about the Mediterranean diet and you hear about the Mediterranean diet, and now science is following that up with studies that show just how powerful olive oil is.
That's right.
When you add it to your food. Not only does it make the food taste good, but there's all kinds of studies that show, just like what Nathan was saying, how olive oil protects the nutrient from being destroyed by your stomach acid, allows it to travel deeper into your gut, make it more bioavailable. So not only do we have all this history with the Mediterranean countries and how we tout their diets, but now science is following up behind it and showing exactly how why it's so healthy.
And that's why we have you smell it and drink it to test it. And we did blind tastings with experts from Italy, with our master taster, Pablo Wojcik. And that was where we came up with our delicate, medium, and robust intensity olive oil. And so a delicate intensity is not going to be as bitter. And the robust and the ultra robust, which are going to be more special and more rare and harder to come by, they're going to have the higher amount of vitamins and minerals, are going to be much more bitter.
Yeah. In our first year, we thought we were going to take over the world because, you know, we sent these 3 into the lab. Our polyphenols were very, very robust.
Very high.
And then in one of the largest competitions in the world, we won 3 bronze medals, you know, against Italy and Spain and all these different places. And, you know,
over 100 countries from all over the world.
Yeah, and we came to market thinking, oh man, you know, we're gonna
great
take over the world. Yeah.
We're so excited.
Yeah, we had our oil, we had our lab tests,
COAs.
we had our medals out. We thought we were here, we're gonna take over the world.
We were ready.
Nobody cared. They were just walking right past us. Hey, fresh olive oil from California, olive oil from our family farm.
Come try it, free samples.
Didn't care.
Kept walking by.
Yeah, we were talking about harvest date and high polyphenol olive oil and, you know, our family and all this. Crickets. Nobody cared. And it's so amazing that now people come up to the booth and say, hey,
when was this harvested?
What's the polyphenols?
Right?
Where is this made?
What's the type of olive? What's the variety of olive?
What's the variety?
In here?
Exactly, yeah.
And now the marketplace has matured. And people are asking the questions. Is this fresh? Can I taste it?
But definitely the market has definitely matured. And we've made it a huge point of our sale, the educational piece of this, because there's so much to learn about olive oil, whether it's the technical side or how to use it or how it's made and all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic that now California is being recognized as having some of the freshest and best olive oil in the entire world. Exactly.
And so that's our goal, is to promote California olive oil and create that name. Because we have the terroir, we have the weather, where our trees are located is the exact same climate as Sevilla, Spain.
That's right, largest producing area
in the world.
Yeah, exactly. And that's about it. I think that takes care of a lot of the information for this video.
But I got something serious to talk about.
What's up?
When are we gonna eat this delicious olive oil cake?
Ooh, I thought you'd never ask. There we go.
It looks like I get that big. Hey,
There you
I
go.
got that bigger half.
There you
over
go.
there.
That's for you.
No, I don't want that little
Yeah,
half.
you're a little big.
Give me the big
tone it
piece
down.
there.
Big piece. Voila. For the brother. Is that enough jelly for you?
I love you, brother.
Is that enough jelly?
Mm.
I love you too.
Mm.
Cheers. Bing.
Enjoy.
Stay healthy, friends.